What's going on, everyone? I'm Encore. This is Tomorrow Never Comes. And I thought today is a very important day to sit here and just calm everyone down, including a portion of me. So what's going on with this crypto market, right? I mean, stock markets are down, crypto markets are down, not even down. I mean, they are literally plummeting down. And, the biggest correction that I've ever faced is happening now in these markets. So it's always good to have a long-term mindset and kind of figure out, what are some things I can do or you can do that can offset these emotions that come with price action. It's always great. Life is always great when things are moving up. But what happens when things are not and they're trending downwards, or not even trending, they're just literally falling, plummeting downwards. So what can you do? What can I do? What can we all do to get through this? Not only just to survive, but to actually prosper at the end of all of this. So I want to go through six ways. And for me, I'm going to try all six. I think there is a need for all six, but mix and match. There are certain ones that I think you have to have. But overall, you pick and choose what you like. If you want to do all of them or some of them, that's fine. But I would encourage you to pick something within these six, if not several things, to offset the emotional and mental war that happens, the strain, the stress that happens with markets that we're facing today. So let's just kind of get into this and shed some more light. So 6 ways to survive a bear market. All right. And first and foremost, and here I said there is or are one or a few things here that I find are a must. It's a necessity to have in terms of a bear market or surviving and getting through it. And this is first and foremost. Okay, you got to have a different mindset. And it was a very, very proper time for this message to be sent. If you guys haven't watched any other videos, if you have, you'll know that I'm part of London Real and the whole London Real Academy in terms of the crypto academy, crypto community. And so, for all of us, our mentor is Brian Rose, and he sent out a message today which was very timely, and just to have an expansion mindset versus a contraction mindset. And look, I put this image here of a brain falling asleep versus a brain with ideas. This brain that's falling asleep actually would be more appropriate if it was fearful. If it was just here cowering in the corner. The same thing happens though, right? Whether your brain's asleep or it's in fear, is you're not thinking beyond survival mode. You're not thinking beyond today or this current situation. And the expansion mindset or the growth mindset is completely different. We're using this opportunity to expand when everyone else is contracting. And that's the same thing that Grant Cardone also says, is that when everybody else is fearful and minimizing or reducing certain things, he's going out there and buying more property, right? He's expanding. And all these guys will do that, is that when everybody else is fearful, and the same with the stock market, right? When everyone else is fearful, or the crypto markets, when everyone's fearful, these big players or the smart investors are buying. And then they're selling when the retail investors are in that euphoria mode and they're getting in. So you got to have this mindset of, I'm going to expand. I'm not going to be fearful. I'm not going to sit back, put my brain on autopilot or sleep, or just refuse to find any opportunities out there. You cannot do that. So that's first and foremost, and this will precede anything else that you do. It doesn't matter what else you do. If this mindset is not right, nothing else is going to fall into place. So this is number one, and I think this is a must. All right. Number 2, very easy. You guys know, if you watched videos before, that I do enjoy NFTs. There are several projects that are quality projects with massive amounts of utility, use cases in them, and perks and all kinds of things that are under the hood that you won't see if you just look at NFTs as a JPEG. So what's nice about these markets, these quality projects are at an immense discount. Right? More so than even some of the coins that you may like. So it's a very speculative market. Of course it is. And that's where the volatility is really going to sit. But right now in this type of market, you will get some very, very high-end NFTs for a much cheaper price, if not outright cheap. So this is what I'm looking for. I've got my watch list. I continue to look through and see what is going on in terms of price point, and I'll try and get in. Because if it's a bull market, you're not going to get into these quality NFTs for a reasonable price. Not happening. So that's what I'm doing. Third thing here is early stage investing. So those of us in London Real Academy have the opportunity to join the London Real Investment Club, which is actually headed by Brian Rose himself and affiliated with London Real Ventures. But having said all of that, the whole point is to get some kind of deal flow where you can get into a project early stage. And in the crypto markets, that is great because there's so many early stage projects that are looking for, not just money. They're looking for someone who can introduce them to people, some influence involved, some attention to their project. And getting in early here, you are getting ridiculously cheap prices on tokens. Now, mind you, they're worth nothing until they become someone. But that risk reward ratio is certainly skewed in your favor. Obviously if it's a quality project or at least has a quality team behind it, it's skewed in your favor in terms of the price point to get in is low, very extremely low. And the opportunity for growth and the opportunity for gains is quite a bit, right? You just have to get yourself noticeable so that people want you to invest in their projects. So that's something as well that is there to do and something I am doing currently. All right, here's a big one. The next one is sharpening tools. What do I mean by sharpening tools? Well, there's knowledge and there's influence. Those are the two biggest use cases right now in terms of tools. And this is going to relate back to how I talk about early stage investing. People in the crypto space, I mean, maybe not so much now with the bear market, but flush with cash. There's a lot of investors who want to get in the space, excuse me, and they're looking for more add-ons. What else can you provide us besides just, quote unquote dumb money? We want some. Can you introduce us to people? Can you bring attention to our projects? Can you bring eyes to our projects? So all these things are going to happen with both of these things, actually, knowledge and influence. So in this bear market right now, when no one is really paying attention in terms of the retail masses, the average Joe is kind of snickering at the market, says, yeah, whatever, it's not a big deal. I don't need to be in it. This is the best time. This is my mindset. This is the best time to understand all aspects of whatever it is you're focused on in this crypto space. It's such a new space that you can become a quote unquote expert or looked at as a key opinion leader in a much shorter time than anywhere else. So knowledge and then along with that's going to come influence, right? You can't sit at your computer or your laptop or whatever you're using for research and leave it at that. You got to reach out, even if that's cold emails, if that's going to conferences, joining groups, courses, academy, whatever it is, you have to extend your own influence so that people know who you are. And this is the best time to do it because there isn't a lot of noise in the community in terms of the average Joe, the masses. So all of these projects are now able to spend time on their own projects. They're not, being thrown. They're not having capital thrown at them, money thrown at them, and so they're distracted by all these things. They get to kind of bear down and focus on their own projects. They're sharpening the tools for their projects. So you have to make yourself visible. It's not about who you know, it's about who knows you. And so with this with this perfect combination of knowledge and influence, the sky's the limit. And if we can do that now in this bear market, just imagine what's going to happen when all eyes come back, because all those eyes will come back. We will have a bull cycle again. This is how it works. We will be front and center. You will be front and center. And that's what I'm trying to do. I want to be front and center. I want to have everything set in a row in terms of what I know. And I want everyone else to know what I know and how valuable I would be for their projects. So this is a very important aspect and one of the best ways to kind of get through this bear market. And like I said, not just get through, but to be, prosperous at the end of this. So we want to find ways where when everything comes back, we're front and center and we are the people that other projects look to and other influencers look to want to collaborate with. That's the goal. All right. And then here's the last one. And this one really applies to me, not so much charts, but just being in the space. And so what does that mean by life without charts? Anyone who gets into crypto is usually looking at price action. And that's how I got involved. That's how many do, right? We want to make that quick money, or, not relatively quick money, but that's what's happening. So you're always looking at price action, price action, price action. Just so on the flip side, instead of things going up as they are now, going down, the emotions start to come in with it. It's down again. Well, let me make this trade. Maybe it'll bounce back. And you kind of start doing these Hail Mary type trades, or it's just getting you down. Oh, look at my portfolio. It's down, another 20%, another 30%. So it wears on you. So life without charts means do something else. All right. It's a very simple phrase. Read some books, go outside. I know. So it's a very odd concept to go outside, but work out, meet friends, meet family, have a good time. These are very important things to kind of keep you sane, and especially the working out part, right? Some sort of exercise, whatever that may be, just to blow off some steam, kind of get perspective, zoom out a little bit. I think it's very important that we get back to this and understand. Obviously, with things the way they have been over the last few years, it was difficult. That's not the case so much now. Even if it's a walk by yourself outside, these are all the things I know will help you, will help myself, will help all of us survive this bear market that we are going through. So just to recap, have an expansion mindset, a growth mindset. We're not going to be frozen by fear. We're going to make sure that the mind is right so that the outcome follows our mindset. Number 2, quality NFTs. If this is your thing, okay, if you enjoy being in the NFT space, this is the best time to pick up high-end NFTs for a much cheaper price. Okay, be an angel. Go out there, make yourself known, and help projects. Not even just from a return on investment perspective for you. Of course, that's helpful, and it's what we all want down the road. But you can actually be an impactful figure, a key opinion leader for certain projects that could go on to be the next big thing. So just get known in the space, all right? And that's going to just follow up with sharpening your tools. The more you put yourself out there, the more I put myself out there, the more my influence grows, right? With that influence, I need to have my knowledge down. I don't want to speak to someone and I don't know what I'm talking about. So that forces me to research some more, and I get more ingrained in the space and I'm more knowledgeable. So that's very important. And then last but not least is just, listen, get outside, go do something else. Just pick anything else. Even if you don't want to go outside, do something else. Don't look at charts, don't look at price. And this is going to keep you sane. All right. Hopefully this provided you all with some great value of how to stay sane, how to be emotionally level in these trying times. And I want to point this out, that there are very rare person who says and actually means that this price volatility does not affect them. It affects me. Even if it's a small portion of someone, we are all affected by it, or almost all affected by it. So it's not just you. I just want to leave that thought out there. All right. So listen, remember, tomorrow never comes. Get in the game today. Best opportunity to do so. If you're sitting on the sidelines, now is a great opportunity just to dollar cost average in. And actually, that's actually something that I would put on here. Because you know what's funny? I gave you 5. That's hilarious. I just realized this right now. I just gave you 5 slides and I said 6 ways to survive this bear market. So here you go. Here's the 6th one. That's so funny. Dollar cost average. I completely left that slide out, and this is not going to be edited. It is what it is. So dollar cost average is the very last one. Okay. If you are into Bitcoin, into ETH, those are the blue chips I would stay in, and I would just continue to buy as much as I can on a regular basis, especially as the price goes down. All right. So that's the 6th one. It ended up being bonus and hidden and mysterious. I had no intentions of doing so. So there you go, guys. Remember, tomorrow never comes. Get in the game today. See you in the next video.